Hi, and welcome to our motorcycle helmet guide. In this, the final chapter, we are looking at how to care for your motorcycle helmet and when to replace it. So there's people who have already bought a helmet, or maybe you've had one for a long time, and you just want to know how to take care of it. Good for you. It's a really important thing to do. So right off the bat, storage is a main thing. Motorcycle helmets, there's a couple things they don't like. One of them is direct heat sources. So next to a baseboard heater or by a fireplace or something, that's going to be bad. It could warp the helmet. It could affect the glues in there as well. The other thing that they don't like is fumes. So by open gasoline containers or somewhere it's going to be exposed to car exhaust, that could be bad for the motorcycle helmet's finish and again for the glues and stuff inside it. So for a lot of people, this means keeping it inside the house and not in the garage. You should keep it on a flat surface as well, by the way. Just sitting right side up on that flat surface would be a good way to have it. I mean, obviously, if you park your bike in the garage and throw your helmet on the handlebar because you're leaving again an hour later, that's going to be fine. But for the most part, sticking a helmet hanging off a handlebar is just going to warp the padding over time, so you really should have it sitting upright somewhere inside where it's not going to be exposed to fumes. In terms of cleaning your motorcycle helmet, warm water and a towel is really all you should need. If you're going to use some soap, make sure it's very mild, because again, any kind of chemical cleaners, they can affect those glues, they can affect the finish, so your helmet might not look as good after, or it could be structurally compromised, which is bad for safety. So be really careful with cleaning. Warm water and a towel, it really is all you should need. If you're going to use soap, just make it mild stuff. In terms of replacement, it's pretty simple as well. If you crash with your motorcycle helmet on, or if you drop it and it shows some cracks and dents from these, then it pretty much definitely has to be replaced. If you drop your helmet and it doesn't show any sign of damage, it may still need to be replaced, believe it or not. That's because motorcycle helmets can be totally compromised on the inside and not show any exterior flaws. This is why you should never buy a helmet used, by the way. So if this is the case for you, you've dropped your helmet, you're not sure if it's okay, you should have it professionally checked. One of the ways you can do that is to send it back to the original equipment manufacturer. Most companies will allow this for a fee, and they'll take your helmet, inspect it, and tell you whether it's good or not. Another shortcut is at some motorcycle shows, they'll actually have a booth where they'll check your helmet for you. Professionals will look over it and tell you if it's okay. So if there's a major motorcycle show near you, it'd be worth bringing your lid and seeing if you could maybe get around sending it into the original equipment manufacturer by just doing it at the show. The last thing we're going to mention is with lifetimes. Motorcycle helmets do have lifetimes. It's normally about 5 years. It could be quite a bit more. It could be quite a bit less. Depends on the model you buy. You'd have to check on the tags when you first bought the helmet, in the owner's manual, or even on the original equipment manufacturer's website. They'll normally tell you what the lifetime is there. We hear a lot of people who say, is that really true? You know, they think it's a manufacturer's myth. They just make it up because they want to sell more helmets, so they get everyone to replace it after 5 years or something like that. We're here to tell you that's really not the case. You should replace your helmet once the lifetime is up. Private organizations like Snell, they've tested helmets that are about 5 years old and found that they don't live up to the same safety standards that they did when the helmet was new. And this is a private organization. Snell doesn't have any ulterior motives. They're not trying to sell you helmets. So really do believe it. Helmet lifetimes should be respected. And when it is up, it is probably time to replace that helmet. It's important for your head. It's important for your safety. And that's what we want most of all. That's really it for our motorcycle helmet guide. We'll conclude it here. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to call us if you have any more questions. And we really appreciate you guys stopping by. So thank you very much.